Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around I am doing an update to the mods that I have in Trove for 2020. I was asked to do this a while ago and now I got around to doing it. I do have in the description how you install mods, so you can go down to that one. It's very old, but it still works exactly the same way. Nothing has changed. If something changes, of course, I'll do an updated video and link that in all the description. You can always go to the description. I will always update. That's I can't change the videos, but I can update the descriptions, and I always do that if something new comes in and you guys found the old video, because I don't want to take down the old video because people, find that more often apparently because of YouTube's algorithm and stuff like that, and then people always go to the description and check that out. So go check that out if you want to know how to install mods, but this is just more for what mods I'm using for right now. I don't know for the old video if something has changed, if something was added, but now I'm doing a new one so you guys can, at least see this video is new and you can see what mods that I do. So first of all, I never use any mods that changes what my appearance look like as of mounts or costumes or something. I do have one, but I'll explain that one when we get into it. So there's two mods that is not on this list. One is that it makes the surface of Geode, so Geode top side, you guys know down here, it's very, very red, and I think it's hard on the eyes, all this red. So I have a mod which is not on this list because it doesn't show up on the list. I don't know why, but it turns all the red blocks, most of the red blocks, there is a few dungeon ones it does not, but most of the blocks it turns it into green, and you can also have it in blue and other colors as well. It's called like Geosurface something, or you just search for green and then you can get the name of it, and you can find it in blue and stuff like that. But I turned it into green, and I'm using that. Of course, it doesn't change on this screen here. You do have to go there, and it has a more green feel to it, which feels better on the eyes for me. The second one is a mod that removes the banner you have here or the torch you have here. I don't use that anymore because I don't have to do that anymore because we do have the hidden feature now. But I do wanted to mention that. So if you didn't know, you can hide your style. There's also other ones you can get, if you loot collect your banners and such and stuff like that, and you can get some of them to use that as a style instead. But I just want the hidden one, so I haven't gotten any of the styles. I don't really care. I just wanted to get it hidden because it's not really anything cool you can turn it into. Anyways, that's it. But let's head into the mods itself. So the first one is the one I just talked about, and it's because Autorock, I don't know, there's his name, Autorock, made an ally for me. So that's the only thing in the game that I have that does not look, runs around next to me. You can see, well, he's kind of hiding, but he's right there. As you can see, my ally there. So he made me a mod or an ally that hopefully at some point is going to be added to the game. You probably also better can see him here. So it's a penguin that has a beard, it's made of a cookie, and he has a pair of glasses on as I have. So that's a community dream one that hopefully will be added to the game. He made a bunch of other ones. I made a video, it's on the channel and stuff like that if you want to check it out some more. But yeah, you can also add this if you want this to your your mods and stuff like that, and that's just kind of awesome that that's now in or something in the game. So that's the only thing that he's going crazy down here. That was added or made for me in the game, and so thank you for that. Next thing is not a big one, it's just it changes the collection. They have made more small check marks now, which is better, but I still keep this one because it doesn't require much. I might remove it, but it doesn't really matter too much. Next one is customized VFX for Shadow, Radiant, and Stellar. It's also for Crystal. This is an old mod, but it's updated to Crystal gear as well. It has the blue color that Crystal gear do have as well. There's other ones out there that gives you this beam, or I think most of them just give a beam, but it's just that you don't miss out on these items. Before, when these items were a lot more valuable, it was a good idea to have them. I did loot collect everything, but sometimes I do miss a few items, especially if you're running with other people and stuff like that. You were in range, but Then you're running around to the next one, and you can see if you miss something, you know, a stellar. Yes, it's not as valuable as it used to be, but it's still, if you loot collected, it's still 500 flux, right? So not too shabby to have that as well. The next one is to see the easier to see critters, or easy to see critters. So this is in the Delve Cave, or not the Delve Cave, sorry, in the Deer Caves. You have all these critters that has like the different things. You can see they have a different one. This is the cold one when you have to put a blanket on them. This is the one to have to feed them. The red one, the green one is the you have to heal them, and the yellow one is of course for when you have to use your laser on them and get the loot out of that. And sometimes these critters are hidden behind a single block and you can't see them. So this makes it just so you can see them easier when you run through the caves, and you can, you know, kind of figure out which ones you want to get. But just a very, very lovely mod that you can see all of these, and makes caving a lot more easier and more fun to do, at least what I feel like it is. So yes, easy to see critters, that's a pretty one as well. Now you got easy to see, you know, inhabitants, and you can see there's an arrow on top of each of these if there is an ally inside of them, and so a lot easier to see if that is and which one you have to click, so you don't have to click all of them. And you can see there's something in there. It doesn't show you which one it is, it just shows you that there is a one in there. I don't use this very much, but sometimes I do go past a Club World that has these, and then I can see, oh, might as well just pick it up. You can still loot collect them for stuff and the allies if you already have them, so a little bonus just for clicking one thing and stuff like that. Next thing is the egg finder. It doesn't show it really great here, I guess, but it's basically just like the you know, the critters one. It shows you a big circle, a really huge circle when you get into some rooms where there is an egg. All the eggs basically, both the bronze, the silver, and the gold ones. And you just, you know, when you get into a room, it's a lot easier to find these eggs, because sometimes it can be pretty hard to find these eggs themselves as well. So this is I would say these two are like must have if you are caving a lot, at least, or just a little bit. I found these very, very helpful, and I really love to have them. Next is the enchanted leaderboards, and the enchanted leaderboards, or enhanced leaderboards, are just so nothing really happens to the leaderboard itself, other than when I, you know, click a person and I want to hit a specific rank. For example, let's see if I can get a rank where it's not crazy. So if I want to get to rank 1000, so if I click 1000, I can see that I have to get a score of about 4, and that'll take me to rank that. And I'm gonna do the same thing with 500 and all these here. So you just see how many you need to get to a specific rank. I don't think it works with score, because score is just something you collect. But if I click 250, so you need to get effort points on this ice stage for at least about 1,000 or something like that. So it's just a little bit when you're kind of it helps explaining things sometimes to people if they're on a sea and stuff like that. So it's more of a helping tool, not a very much needed thing, but yeah, it's something that's there. This one is cool, the better invites thing. It's not mostly because it moves the invite a little bit up here, so it's not right in your face. But it's also that when you go into your shop, you want to buy a lot of, for example, a lot of gym booster boxes. You don't have to confirm that you want to buy them, so you can just keep clicking instead of clicking twice. So you're you know, if you're buying a lot, you are, you know, don't, you know, destroy yourself or your mouse if you want to do so. But it just auto confirms that you want to buy these things. As of you know, Gyminators, you can buy 10 of them in a stack now, but also with the something with the marketplace, buying and selling, and then also the dragon coins that you can get from, you know, dragons. Makes a lot of sense. So that's just that. Just you don't have to confirm it if you're buying a lot of them. Other one is to the easy to see biomes. So here it removes the, as you can see right here in the small picture, it can just removes a lot of this fog there is around, and also haze. So it just makes it more you can better see. And it's just it's not only for myself, but also when I streamed, and also when I make YouTube videos and stuff like that. It just makes it a lot easier for people to see what is going on the screen. So it's just you can do that with a few things other than the mod, but you know, the mod just takes care of the most of it and just clears everything out. It also makes like more clear water and stuff like that. Next thing is the mod manager. You don't have to have this at all, but it fixes all the, sometimes there's some bugs with the picture itself here, so it's like out this way or something like that. It's just some kind of times it's bug, and this is what it fixes it. Doesn't have to be by like that, but it just shows all of this, and also a bigger preview and stuff like that. Exo Dave has made a lot of great mods, and he also tells what's in them as them are there. The next thing is the loot collector, so it just also makes it a lot better in optimized UI to see more items and stuff like that, and also auto lock some stuff so you don't loot collect that accidentally and stuff like that, and also just unlock some other stuff that you don't need to be locking at all. So just a cool little superior loot collector. Really love that one as well. Then getting into the easy cornerstone waypoint. So we also have a different mod further down that's called Waypoints that is better this one. But the Waypoints mod that we have down here, don't have the cornerstones in them. So basically sometimes it can be easier to see or hard to see your cornerstones, especially if you're doing a lot of the other, not elemental worlds, but all the other worlds in the middle. It can be quite hard to, find your cornerstone or place where you can put down your cornerstone. So it just puts up a little or kind of a big green arrow going down to where the sign is, and then you can better see them over mountains and stuff like that. And it's just a little fun little easier, makes it easier to spot these cornerstone. Next thing is a gardening mod where it's just easier as the one where you saw before. Just to watering them, a lot easier to water them, see which ones needs to be watered. So not really much either. You can see it on the picture here that what it does, it just makes it so you just figure out which ones you have to water. Great for when you're starting out doing the gardening and stuff like that. Another mod is the items per hour tracker. It's just it just shows different colors. It just puts them into easier to see. Instead of just only having one type of color in your item thing when you receive things, it makes it a lot easier. So also puts on a counter and sees how many times your magic find triggers or how many items you got of this or this per hour. I don't use that too much, but if that's something you're interested in, you can now see it if you keep farming for a while, and how many you're gonna approximately get in that time. But it's mostly, like I said, for me it's mostly just so I can see when I'm doing some kind of event or something like that, I can see I'm getting what I need. Next thing is the mini boss radar. This is a very old mod, but still really works. It shows you a beam that goes down to mini bosses and dungeons and stuff like that for you to easier to run them. I usually don't use it that much. I only use it for the mini bosses, because mini bosses can be everywhere, right? Because I know every dungeon and I don't bomb my way through it. But if you do bomb your way through them, you can also see where the things are, basically. So I don't use it too often, but sometimes they do add a new dungeon, especially like the 5-star dungeons that they added new ones. I have made a video talking about all those, and also made a recently one where I put in new ones as well. The 3 new that was in there, and this helps out to finding all of these when you're trying to figure out, well, how does a new dungeon look like. So the mini boss radar is just cool for doing this. Shoopsley's pointy finger, that's the one you see right here on the screen. Really not much to see. There's no pure view, but it's made by Sky the Rivers, and it's just very cool little, looks a little bit different than so I just took it in. It's not something crazy. Something that is crazy is the screen where you can see all the classes at the same time. It's very, very handy. You can scroll down a little bit, but you can basically get everything on the same screen. So you can view them all, and you don't have to scroll through a bunch of them and stuff like that. Makes it a lot easier for me. That's why I have it. First of all, to navigate whatever this is, but I can also show people when I'm streaming, when I'm using something about classes, about something maybe gems or something like that, I can show you the people what I'm using and how things work and stuff like that a lot easier. Like with you, everybody can see everything's going on the screen at the same time, instead of me I have to scroll down and then I have to go all the way to the bottom, maybe talk about the knight, right? And then I have to go all the way up to the Vanguardian, and then it's like, okay, you forgot what I said about the knight. But now you can see it all on one screen, which is a lot better and a lot easier to do. Super hot bar is what you can see down here. It removes some of the stuff, but it also puts in like when I use an ability, I can use my ability right here. I'm going to use my my ultimate, and you can see it has a timer on it, so I can see how much time I have left. It's really great if you're timing yourself with your potions, and you have your cube sleeve, for example. You have your chronomagnetic cube sleeve, that reduces the cooldown of all your spells. And you have to look to when you are going to use it and stuff like that. There's other mods that does it better than that, but that's something to do it as well. And yeah, that's why I kind of like it, the super hot bar. Next thing is the chat mod. It's a Simples chat mod. There's also Simples, what's it called? Club tag mod he also made. That's also pretty great. We actually have for our club one that's customized made, but I don't use that really much anymore because it does take up a lot of I was about to call it brain power, but of course I mean like computer power and stuff like that. Do take it up a little bit. The chat mod just don't do that very much. But what I like about the chat mod, and one of the best things that's ever, and I hope that this would be something that would be implemented, is not the I can show you guys if I just move this here. If you move myself, you can see this is what it looks like. There's some customized stuff in here, as you can see. There's also other things, but the one that is really cool is that if you have some whispers, for example, I get whispers all the time and stuff like that. It stacks up here, so it's like kind of there's a bunch of ones that goes all the way up here, and you didn't go into that tab. It's a tab by itself. You can basically chat with that person without like just whole chat just goes away basically, because I am part of 5 clubs and sometimes people do chat a lot in these ones, but it saves it up in here, which is amazing. And yeah, that's why I really love this mod. It's not because of all the emotes and stuff like that. Those are cool as well, but mostly it's because it saves the whispers, so I don't miss whispers ever. So that's really nice to have. Let me get myself on screen back. There you go. So there you go. Next thing is basically maybe the laziest mod that I do have. What it does is that I can trigger it right now. I can just go into one of these tomes that are already done, and it's gonna show it up right here. I have to remove this though, but it gives you a warning. It keeps going until I change it into another tome. For example, here it's gonna do it, but I can trigger it with this, and it just says you like it doesn't go away, and it's built on the the rampage mod or rampage coming through, right? But now I don't forget to change my tome ever, which used to be a problem, and you can just remove it like that into a tome that is not sleeping, or you can just put it into one that never sleeps, basically, like this one here. So I'll put it back on this one. So that's what that mod does to it. It's pretty awesome. It's like I said, it's kind of lazy, but I like it because I want to get the most out of my tomes as I can get, and I don't want to be hold back that I forgot. And sometimes if I'm chatting with somebody on stream, just maybe I'll do like 15 dungeons after this is completed, and it's just wasteful to do so, because the tomes are amazing. I love tomes, and I don't want to miss out on the rewards. So the last mod is going to be the Waypoints mod, and it's super amazing. And as you probably can see in the yellow text here, it does give you mushrooms, bottles, cupcakes, and it gives you dragon skulls, that's bones, meteors, that's the meteor fragments thingies. If I can see, should have some, meteor fragments right here. Those are really valuable because they're very rare. And then you got also the tree stumps. That's of course the enchanted wood. So all these, it makes a little bit of a waypoint. Basically what I talked about in the easy cornerstone. This just makes it different, and it shows right here in the middle what it is, so you can see it over hills and mountains and stuff like that. And you can see which ones where they are, and you can harvest them, and it's a lot easier. And some of these are pretty valuable. Like I said, the meteor, you can do a lot of flux out of that. So if you're hunting that, it can be hard to find it because it might be stuck under or just behind one one block, and you can't see it, and you just blast through it. And with this one, you can see all of them as in there. Of course, any mod you add is going to have a toll on Trove. Maybe I should have said that in the beginning, but every time you install a mod, it's always going to be taking some more computing power, and one of these is going to take more of them. So if you are experiencing lag, it can be your mods that are either outdated, or it's because they take up too much computing power. I haven't seen, I haven't had any issues with lag because of mods, but I'm just explaining. If you experience lag sometimes for Trove, it's not specifically the mods, but you can disable them and then see if that changes something. And especially like if they're not updated, that could be the issue, because it's running on a lower. And sometimes there are just no updates to it, and you have to run without them. But this is a very cool mod, and the Waypoints mod is absolutely necessary to be having. So I'm gonna go back to this one to make a little bit more promotion for my ally, because I hope someday it's gonna be implemented. That would be absolutely amazing. Then of course I wouldn't have it as a mod. I would have it actually in game. That would be awesome. But that was my 2020 update to my mods. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's soon 2021, but I'll make one if something changes, or you guys feel like I should be doing a new one. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.